For 14 years, Syria was a headline of heartbreak, war, destruction, and displacement. The world watched as cities crumbled, families were torn apart, and millions were forced to flee their homes. News cycles showed us images of devastation, but rarely the quiet courage that endured behind those headlines. The world saw only ruins and refugees, but the real story is what survived. Life, stubborn and resilient, pushing through the cracks. Millions never left. They found ways to adapt, to rebuild, and to hold on to hope even as the world seemed to move on. In the shadow of destruction, daily life persisted. Children went to school, shopkeepers opened their doors, and neighbors looked out for one another. Millions more are returning, waking each day to loss, but also to hope. They come back to shattered homes and memories, but also to the promise of rebuilding what was lost. Each return is an act of faith, a belief that tomorrow can be better than yesterday. Their story isn't statistics, it's shopkeepers sweeping dust from their thresholds, children playing in the ruins, families sharing laughter in scarred homes. It's the small acts of normalcy that defy the chaos, the moments of joy that survive even in the hardest times. This isn't just the end of war, it's the painstaking birth of peace. Every sunrise over a rebuilt street, every brick laid by a worker's hand, every gathering in a restored square is a testament to the will to heal and move forward. The fall of the Assad regime in December 2024 was a turning point, but the scars run deep. Shattered infrastructure, a broken economy, and wounds that can't be seen. The challenges are immense. Roads and factories lie in ruins, markets struggle to reopen, and families face the uncertainty of rebuilding their lives from scratch. To understand Syria now, look past politics to the human tapestry, sorrow, strength, and hope woven together. It's in the faces of those who comfort each other, in the embrace of friends reunited, and in the quiet determination to keep going. This is not a nation of victims, but of survivors. Farmers tending their fields, doctors healing the wounded, artists painting hope on battered walls, parents nurturing the next generation. Each person carries a story of loss, but also of fortitude and the will to rebuild. The real story of Syria unfolds in markets bustling with new life, in courtyards where families gather to share meals, and in the determined hearts of its people. It's a story of community, of resilience, and of a culture that refuses to be erased. It's a story that demands to be heard, a story of survival, renewal, and the unbreakable spirit of a people determined to reclaim their future. Today, Syria is a mosaic of hardship and hope, a land where the echoes of conflict still linger, but where the pulse of daily life beats stronger with each passing day. In every neighborhood, resilience is woven into daily life. Families gather for meals, children play in the streets, and neighbors greet each other with warmth, even as the scars of the past remain visible. In cities like Homs and Aleppo, the sounds of life, construction, street vendors, laughter are returning. The rhythm of hammers and the calls of merchants blend with the chatter of friends, signaling a slow but steady renewal. People are reclaiming their existence, painting doors in bright colors, planting flowers in the cracks of sidewalks, and filling cafes with conversation and music. Each act, no matter how small, is a declaration that life goes on. Every family carries loss, but trauma does not define them. Their response does. They honor their memories by moving forward, supporting one another, and finding moments of joy amid the pain. Community bonds are lifelines. Neighbors share, support, and rebuild together. In times of need, people come together offering food, shelter, and a helping hand, proving that unity is their greatest strength. The economy is fragile, jobs are scarce, and basic services are unreliable, but within the struggle is a powerful sense of agency. People adapt, finding creative ways to provide for their families and keep their communities alive. Syrians are no longer waiting for outside solutions. They're building their own. From repairing homes to launching local projects, they are taking charge of their future, determined to shape a better tomorrow. Optimism is fragile but real, rooted in a refusal to lose themselves. Smiles return, laughter echoes, and hope flickers in the eyes of the young and old alike. They plant gardens in bombed yards, reopen patched-up schools, and teach children that learning and growth are still possible even in the most difficult circumstances. And they celebrate weddings with joy that defies sorrow, dancing and singing together, holding on to traditions that remind them of who they are. This is the enduring spirit of Syria, not just survival, but the determined presence of life. In every crowded street and bustling market, the will to live and rebuild is unmistakable. A spirit turning at last toward the sun, toward hope, toward healing, and toward a future they are determined to claim as their own. The guns are mostly silent, but a deadly legacy remains. Millions of landmines and unexploded bombs. These hidden killers lurk in fields, rubble, and footpaths, making daily life a gamble. Syria led the world in landmine casualties, and the toll is rising again. Over 1,000 killed or maimed since the regime fell. These are farmers, children, and families returning home, not just statistics. The threat cripples the economy, slows reconstruction, and keeps families from returning. High concentrations of mines in Idlib, Aleppo, Hama, and Damascus outskirts mean peace is not yet safe. Parents teach children to fear the ground itself. Vigilance is a way of life. The psychological burden is immense, another layer of trauma for a battered nation. The war's hidden scars remind Syrians daily that true peace is still out of reach. To truly grasp the devastating impact of these dangers, we must listen closely to the voices of those who have survived. Their stories are not just statistics or headlines. They are lived experiences marked by loss, resilience, and hope. Ahmad al-Rifai, a dedicated farmer, lost both his legs to a hidden mine while tending his beloved land. In a single, tragic moment, his world was turned upside down. The fields that once promised life and sustenance became a source of unimaginable pain and uncertainty. Momena al-Rifai, a young woman with dreams for her future, lost her leg to a bomb cruelly hidden in her own home. The place where she should have felt safest became a site of trauma, forever altering her path. For Ahmad, Momena, and countless others, home and work, once symbols of comfort and routine, have become places shadowed by fear and uncertainty. Every step, every task, is now a reminder of what was lost. Their stories echo across Syria, resonating with shock, pain, and the daily struggle to adapt. The healthcare system, already strained, is overwhelmed by the needs of the wounded. Families must learn to navigate a new reality, supporting each other through grief and hardship. Yet, in the face of overwhelming adversity, these survivors refuse to give up. They learn to walk again with prosthetics, discover new ways to work, and dedicate themselves to warning others about hidden dangers, hoping to spare future generations from similar suffering. Survivors are not just numbers in a report. They are fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters. Each has a story, a family, and a future they are determined to rebuild. Their courage is a powerful act of defiance against the forces that tried to destroy them. Every day they show the world what it means to endure and to hope. By hearing their voices and sharing their stories, we move beyond the headlines and statistics to truly understand the human reality of war's aftermath. Their experiences remind us of the cost of conflict and the strength of the human spirit. Their stories are a call to action for all of us. Don't look away. Stand with them, support their recovery, and help heal the wounds that remain. Only together can we build a future where survival is not the exception, but the norm. Amidst the danger, demoners step forward, risking everything to reclaim Syria's land. The White Helmets, once rescuers, now painstakingly clear mines from schools, hospitals, and fields. International groups like the Halo Trust bring expertise, while the Syrian Red Crescent educates communities and children on safety. Clearance and education together save lives, but progress is slow and perilous. Each cleared meter means hours of careful work, facing unpredictable devices. Demoners are unsung heroes, dismantling war's legacy for a safer future. Plans for a National Center for Mine Action aim to coordinate and accelerate this work. But greater international support is vital. Syria's recovery depends on it. Beyond landmines, Syrians face the monumental task of rebuilding their world. Cities like Homs and Aleppo are skeletal ruins, but families return, clearing debris by hand and salvaging what they can. The economy is shattered, skilled workers are jobless, but resilience shines in small businesses and creative survival. The psychological toll is immense. Trauma, anxiety, and loss run deep, with mental health support desperately needed. Healing invisible wounds is as crucial as rebuilding homes, yet hope persists. Schools reopen with patched windows, bakers fire up ovens, communities repair wells. Each small victory is a brick in Syria's new foundation. Syrians aren't waiting for help, they're rebuilding step by step. Their determination is the engine of recovery. Every act of rebuilding is a declaration, we are still here. Syria's history is written in stone, Palmyra, Aleppo's souks, Damascus's courtyards. War scarred these treasures, but their beauty endures. The Umayyad Mosque and Crac des Chevaliers still stand damaged but defiant. Today the focus shifts from ruins to the people living among them. The true wonder is the resilience of shopkeepers, artisans, and families reviving ancient crafts and traditions. Their spirit is Syria's living heritage, a flame never extinguished. Every journey here is about human connection, not just sightseeing. The whispers of hope now outshine the echoes of pain. Syria's beauty is found in its people, determined to build a dignified future. Visiting Syria in 2025 is unlike any other journey. A land of beauty, wounds, and immense hospitality. The greatest danger is unexploded ordnance. Safety must be your first priority. Never touch unknown objects, stay on established paths, and avoid ruined buildings. If you see suspicious items, mark the spot and alert authorities or demoners. The emotional weight is real. Destruction stands beside warmth and generosity. Travel here with humility, respect, and a willingness to listen. Support local businesses and engage with people. Your visit is an act of solidarity. Syria's significance lies in its history and the fortitude of its people. This is a chance to witness recovery and connect with stories of hope. Come with open eyes and deep respect. Syria will reward you with meaning. Syria stands at the edge of a new dawn, hope forged from suffering and resilience. The road ahead is long clearing land, rebuilding, and healing deep wounds. For the first time in a generation, the future feels possible. The Syrian people's strength has been the constant. Courage, compassion, and determination. Now they need the world's support, not pity, but practical help. Clearing minds, rebuilding, and providing mental health care. Justice and accountability are essential for lasting peace. See Syria not as broken, but as a nation of capable, resilient people. The story of Syria is a call for empathy. Look beyond politics, see the humanity. As dawn breaks, let's help Syria greet the day.